Are you thinking maybe the single life is something you want to give up at some point and have a family, settle down?
I take it as it comes. We'll,
Yeah.
we'll see what happens in the future.
Leonardo DiCaprio has been with the most beautiful and talented, winning their hearts, but avoiding being caught. He has had the pleasure of having the world's most. He had beautiful women by his side but never put a ring on their finger. Now that I'm 50, he's finally telling the shocking truth about why he's been single all his life. Is it really impossible to win the heart, or is there someone who could make things right? The Bachelor, that Hollywood fell in love. Leonardo DiCaprio's trip began in Los Angeles on November 11, 1974. United States. Having been born to Ermeline, a law secretary, and George DiCaprio, an artist who made underground comics, Leo came into the world in a very clever way. His very name, his pregnant mother first felt him kick while looking at a painting by Leonardo da Vinci. She saw a picture by da Vinci in an Italian museum and decided right away what to name her son. Mom and Dad didn't stay married for long. George DiCaprio fell in love when he was a baby. He fell in love with another woman and left her. On the other hand, unlike many Hollywood stars who come from broken homes, Leo went through something different. He had an unusual arrangement made by his folks, living in homes next to each other that are linked by a yard. This early meeting with Non, having grown up in a traditional home, may have affected how he feels about relationships and marriage now. In many ways, Los Angeles formed the future star. It wasn't the DiCaprios. Leo grew up in wealthy places like Los Feliz and others that were known for problems in cities. Just steps from his front door, he saw crime, drug use, and poverty. According to interviews, he lived in a place with hardcore poverty and major prostitution. He learned street smarts and resilience from rough situations that would later help him in his performances. Even though his parents were no longer together, they were both very important to him. Leo, he called them very bohemian and free-spirited people who encouraged his artistic urges. Most parents might push their kids to go to school and get a job in the usual way. From the start, George and Ermeline encouraged their sons' artistic goals. There were several places where Leo went to school, including the Los Angeles the John Marshall High School and the Center for Enriched Studies. But regular schools never really caught on his creative mind. He wanted to be a performer more than he wanted to be in school. Moving energy and his creative drive made him hard to study for, but it would later make him a captivating screen personality. People today know DiCaprio as a world star, but in his early years, he was more of a romantic. History shows how he went from being an unknown actor to a Hollywood star. As his job got better, around the middle of the 1990s, and people became more interested in his personal life. Bridget Hall, a model, was his first public relationship that got a lot of press. In the year 1994, Hall was a beautiful Victoria's Secret model who marked the start of what would become DiCaprio's signature style, going out with beautiful fashion models. In the middle of the 1990s, DiCaprio was tied to supermodel Naomi Campbell, which made the link between him and models stronger. Hi, Naomi Campbell. After a short time together, they didn't end up together for good. But it showed something important: DiCaprio could already get the best leads early in his career. Well-known women around the world. What's more, the Campbell link never really went away. During the decades they were friends, they were sometimes taken on vacation together. Long after the end of any relationship. This early relationship set a trend for DiCaprio, staying in touch with ex-girlfriends and boyfriends. In 1996, when Romeo and Juliet made him more famous, DiCaprio went to the opening with the model Kristen Zong was on his arm. Their relationship gave Leo security as he rose in the world to fame. Zong, who wasn't as well known around the world as Campbell but was still a successful model, stuck with DiCaprio through a very important job change. But luck was on their side, and the union ended. Just before Titanic made him famous all over the world, DiCaprio was a bright young actor. From 1996 to 1997, important events happened in both DiCaprio's job and his love life. As his star rose very high, there were rumors that he had ties to actress Demi Moore, who was still married to Bruce Willis at the time. The Day and Helena Christensen as a model. The rumors showed how famous he was now in Hollywood. All of a sudden, everyone was curious about who had won the heart of the fastest rising star in the business. DiCaprio's quick rise made a perfect storm. Just at the right time he became famous overnight with Titanic, but he was still single and surrounded by women. Thanks to chances. With his cute boyish good looks, rising fame, and growing wealth, the groundwork was done for what would be decades of being single. Things were ready for that. He would date in the same way for more than 25 years, having relationships with beautiful women in public, but never getting married. What started in these early years would become one of the most talked about love stories in Hollywood, a history of relationships with some of the most beautiful women in the world, but none of them ended in marriage. Leo has always been single, and it all starts within his early years in Los Angeles. He got his first taste of fame. With fame coming up fast, Leo's love choices showed a pattern that no one saw coming. Was his success at work going to ruin his love life? How to become a star and how to find love. Leonardo DiCaprio didn't get to be a star by taking easy routes. He knocked on doors all over Hollywood for 18 long months. He kept getting turned down. When he tried to find an agent, one agent advised that he change his name to Lenny Williams to help him get through this tough time. Sound more American and be easier to sell. Leo said no. He stood strong with the support of his father. He thought that his unique name would finally work out in his favor instead of against him. This early show of stubbornness would later reflect how he dealt with relationships. He would do things his way, no matter what other people thought. Family ties were the key to finally making the breakthrough. A family friend of DiCaprio helped casting directors notice him, and things started to go in a really good direction. At first, there were about 20 ads for things like Matchbox cars, Kraft singles, Apple Jacks, and Yum Yum. These weren't very exciting parts, but they paid the bills and helped him build his star. Feel good about being in front of the camera. During this time, Leo almost stopped playing altogether. After coming in second place in a breakdancing competition in Germany, she briefly thought about becoming a breakdancer. The dance floor almost took away the next big star in show business. The first stable stage he had was TV. During the year 1989, he got the part of Glenn in The New Lassie, then had small roles in Santa Barbara and The Outsiders. When he played troubled kid Gary Buckman on the TV version of Parenthood, that was the real turning point. His careful study of River Phoenix's work caught the attention of critics. Performance from the first movie, showing early signs of how carefully he prepared for that role. He would use as his brand. 2 bids for the Youth in Film Award show how hard he worked. Leo took a methodical approach to every chance as he built his career. After a short time on Growing Pains, as homeless teen Luke Brower, a part that was made to draw younger women, he made his movie debut in Critters 3, which he later joked he was really called Critters 3. This could have been the start of one of the worst movies of all time, but instead of giving up, Leo was patient and waited for the right time to show what he could really do. That moment came when Robert De Niro personally chose the young actor to play the lead role in, based on Tobias Wolff's autobiography, This Boy's Life. Leo had to play an unhappy teen being abused by their dad, played by De Niro. Later, director Michael Cotton Jones showed that Leo didn't know how to act on a professional movie set at first, needing strict direction to use his natural ability. The director did a good job with his tough love. Leo learned everything he was taught and showed the work attitude that would define his career. As seen in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Leo continued to take on difficult parts. Worked with Johnny Depp to play a character with developmental issues. His fans were blown away by his performance, which won him his first Academy Award nomination at just 19 years old. People who worked with him at the time talked about his unusual skill to get fully into character and then come back to himself in between takes. The two-for-one effect of Romeo and Juliet in 1996 and Titanic in 1919 took Leonardo DiCaprio from being a Hollywood star to a worldwide star. That year, Titanic made more money than any other movie ever, and Leo's face showed up in the credits on the walls of teen bedrooms around the world. It seemed like suddenly, he went from being a promising young actor to the most sought-after man in the world. This sudden rise to fame happened at the same time as his split with Kristen Zong, leaving him single at a time when his fame was at an all-time high. During this time of huge fame, there were reports that Leo was dating model Amber for a short time. Valletta reportedly saw a picture of her in a magazine and had his lawyers talk to her. Set up a meeting. Even though Valletta later claimed having a romantic relationship, the story showed that Leo could meet almost anyone he wanted because of his new position. Look good. The same thing happened with Czech model Eva Herzegova, with whom he apparently when they met at the opening of The Man in the Iron Mask. They were together for 2 months. Around the turn of the century, DiCaprio started his first really important friendship with Gisele Bündchen, a Brazilian beauty. They were together for 6 years, from 1999 to 2005, it was Leo's first try at something akin to commitment. They both cared a lot about the earth and even went to the Amazon together. Jungle in 2004 to bring attention to problems with the environment. They showed up for years. The biggest actor in the world is dating one of the biggest models in the world. They are the perfect power pair. But differences at the core were growing below the surface. After years, in her 2018 book, Lessons, My Path to a Meaningful Life, Gisele wrote about her life. How complicated the relationship is. As she started her journey to become a better person, giving up smoking, drinking less alcohol, and looking for greater meaning, she thought Leo stayed the same. They had to face the sad truth that they wanted different things. Many people thought that DiCaprio's path to marriage would finally end. After Gisele, who married NFL star Tom Brady, Leo began another important long-term relationship. She has been dating Israeli model Bar Refaeli for a long time. They were together on and off for 5 years, including going on stage at well-known events like Lakers games. When they finally, in response to the split in 2011, Refaeli shared what she had learned: I grew up and worked on myself. I didn't know what it was like to be alone, but now I do. You can only be in a relationship if you are comfortable being by yourself. This trend, long relationships with famous models around the world that end dissolved because of different goals in life, set the stage for DiCaprio's romantic life. While his Hollywood friends got married, had kids, and settled down, Leo kept going. A cycle that would last for decades: commitment to his work and relationships with beautiful women and a strong desire to be married but not ready to make the commitment. As Leo's important relationships kept falling apart, he turned to the top models. Was his desire to be with Victoria's Secret angels a cover for a bigger fear of commitment? Celebrity faces and Victoria's Secret. Leonardo DiCaprio's love life took a strange turn in 2011 when star of Gossip Girl, Blake Lively, he started dating her. Lively wasn't like his usual model friends. An established actress who is becoming more well-known. Their love was bright but short-lived, with reporters taking pictures of them on a yacht in Cannes, and then they went on vacations to Italy. All the way to Australia and New York. Their relationship gave us a rare look into how Leo dates. Even though they are always in the news, their lives are busy, they travel a lot, and they are very private. A director on Gossip Girl, Joshua Safran, later told a cute story about their relationship. Friendship. Blake made her own form of Instagram before it became popular. of writing about their travels. She went on trips with a doll that she took pictures of in different places. And sending Leo these clever visual updates while they were apart. This creative way of communicating over long distance showed a fun side to the way they were together was different from how Leo is usually portrayed in press. After Blake, Leo went back to old, comfortable ground in 2012 with a Victoria's Secret model. Hey, Erin Heatherton. There was a pattern to their courtship that was easy to spot. Riding a bike through New York City is a trademark of the DiCaprio connection, paparazzi photos from afar, and not many public comments. When they broke up after months, the split looked like it was friendly. Years later, Heatherton had nice things to say about Leo. He's a wonderful person and he's a friend of mine. I wish him all the best. This way of thinking Leo seemed to have kept a respectful attitude even when relationships ended by avoiding big breakups. There were more reports about Leo's relationship with Victoria's Secret models in 2013. He was linked to Miranda Kerr soon after she broke up with Orlando Bloom. It was thought that began when they were seen having dinner in Las Vegas with friends. Sources quickly made it clear the get-together was just for fun, and Kerr later married tech billionaire Evan Spiegel. In the same year, Brazilian model Kat Torres made news when she said she was quietly they began dating DiCaprio after meeting at Cannes. She said in an interview, "Leo is great. But I'm afraid of what he'll think if I talk to you." We agreed that nothing would happen. Nothing bad can ever be said about our relationship. The comment made people look twice, and news soon came out denying any connection. This is what Leo and Kat were never together, that's news. The event showed how DiCaprio's single status led to false claims and unfair coverage in the media. Leo started going out with German model Toni Garn in 2014. How they were together ended in December after about 18 months, which was longer than many people thought it would. Garn, who had been in Victoria's Secret fashion shows, married star Alex Pettyfer in the year 2000. They broke up 3 years ago, but pictures of Leo and Toni walking together in New York after dinner, which led to reports that they were getting back together. The meeting turned out to be nothing more than two ex-partners getting up, which shows that Leo can keep good relationships with people who used to be with them. By 2015, DiCaprio had been seen with Kelly Rohrbach, an actor who would later become a star in the new Baywatch movie. The public appearances they made included the usual Leo dating signed documents, sat together at the US Open tennis event, and rode bikes through New York City. It ended quietly, without any drama or public comments, like many other relationships before it. The rumors that DiCaprio was dating someone even stranger came in 2016 when he was tied to Rihanna is a worldwide superstar. The press saw them together at the Coachella music event and at parties they were in Paris and at Rihanna's birthday party in 2017. It was thought that to a crazy level when a French newspaper printed a story that was completely false and said it was Leo who got the singer pregnant. Because the lie went too far, DiCaprio decided to go to court. Action, one of the few times he talked about his personal life in public. He won the case. He and Rihanna were only friends, and there was never any solid proof that they were more than that. With the start of Leo in July 2016, there was another link to Victoria's Secret. He is seeing the Danish beauty Nina Agdal. At 24, she was much younger than most people her age. Partners that was becoming more and more clear to people in the media. By October, there were rumors that the relationship was getting serious. But, as with other relationships that finished quickly, this one did too, after less than a year. When Leo met in late 2001, it was the start of the most important relationship of this time. Began dating actor and model Camila Morrone, who was 20 years old at the time. They started going out together. The 23-year age difference was used right away for commentary and jokes on the internet. Unlike past partners who mostly avoided, Camila finally spoke out about the criticism, putting an end to public debate. 2019, she put up a video after reading mean comments on Instagram. Adding, "People are so mean and full of anger with people they know nothing about." She said later. "There are so many relationships in Hollywood and in history," she told the Los Angeles Times, "of the world where people are